And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Yep, it's Monday. It's a live bonfire. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Big J. Oakerson. Dan Soder is at his Nana's right now. Not masturbating, not smoking pot, really just
reading.
Putting his nose to the grindstone, spending some quality Nana's time. But in his place today, as you know, we always have to fill in some fun guest hosts here. Why not have a bonfire show favorite, the Beastmaster himself, everybody.
Hello, campers.
He rises from the depths of the forest to grace us with his humors. Justin Silva.
Thank you for having me, everybody. It's Animal Day for all the campers out there.
Congratulations. Oh, we also welcome back to the show our fallen soldier, Jacob Patat, joins us again, neck braced up, liking it. I like the look.
I like it too.
Thank you.
He's a cool RoboCop.
Yeah, he looks like a Professor X sitting behind the console there.
They gave you a serious one. The one you have has a hole for a tracheotomy tube.
I know.
Which is the most unsettling part of it at all. It looks like it's even worse than it is. I know you have to wear that thing, and I know you probably do not feel cool in it, and I gotta say, it is not the way to get laid at an office fucking holiday party or something.
Zero. You just got to save for the next month.
You better hope they get like a new flow of interns or something who've never seen this before.
Dude, I think we should get you like a Segway, and then it'll be like that Rocky where they get the robot.
Happy
you look
birthday,
badass.
It really is the worst look.
It's not the worst look. You just got to give a good, like you have the bandage on your neck too, as you are back from successful neck surgery, and you're doing well, and we're all so happy to hear that.
Thank you.
And you have that bandage across your neck. You could make up a good, like, I was mugged, I had to fight off 4, use some sort of a choice racist word for blacks, and then say that they slit your throat before you left because you wouldn't give up your cash. That's how tough you are. And 3 of them you knocked out. The 4th one panicked, slit your throat, and ran. He was a kid. It only happened because you trusted too much. You said, hey, kid, you don't have to be like these guys. You don't have to go down with these sons of bitches. You could turn and walk away right now. And he came in. He put his knife down by his side, and you called him in for a hug. And just when he got close enough, he betrayed you and slit your throat.
Shit.
You know what? I almost want to suck your dick, and I made the story up. Jacob, what I do want you to see here is, and I hope there's no labeling, is there, at all, for who this was. It was a lovely couple. Came to my show at Caroline's last night. Caroline's was fantastic.
What a fun weekend.
All weekend. I'll get into that in a moment. But after the show yesterday, which was it was such a great show, David Tell came. Justin, Mike Fenoya were both on the show. And David Tell came by, and we went on stage together for like 20 minutes. And just, it was a blast. We had such a fun night. After the show, a lovely couple who were in town to do a 40-mile bike race yesterday came to the show last night. Big fans of Jacob. And I got to say, when I hear that, you found them?
It's Shannon. Yeah. I pulled her up.
Shannon, oh, yeah, I can't read the name.
Oh, sorry.
Please. I was gonna say, Shannon Glazer. And such a sweetheart. And she came with her, I believe it was her husband or her boyfriend.
She also had some nice homemade camper merch.
She did, said some homemade camper merch. Yeah, really, really cool. Like, it was like an REO Speedwagon. Or like, no, it was the Guardian Angels shirt.
Yep, Perv Patrol.
With Perv Patrol with the bonfire and the thing. Super fans and big fans of Jacob. They made sure to let us know. And I mean this when I say this, guys, and I hope you understand how emotional this is for me. Black Lou, Jacob, DJ Lou, Christine. What me and Dan have done for your guys' notoriety and notability is something that should not go unnoticed. Lou's been in radio for 37 years, working the board up. No one's ever heard his name before. Now, fans all over the country. Jacob, people bringing you crazy gifts. It is raining white pussy friend requests on Black Lou every goddamn day.
Fuck yeah, Black Lou.
How could it not? And I want you to know, the Bonfire fans, how cool they are. They don't show up with just when they come with gifts, because you feel bad. Gifts doesn't make you get your shirts. The shirts might not fit, and they're great. And sometimes I love all the stuff we ever get given to, all of it, and stuff. But this is something so unique.
Oh my God! When I saw this last night,
this is something so unique that I want you to open it on the air. What a gift this is. This is somebody who goes, we want to make sure Jacob's feeling better. We hope he has a quick recovery. And we thought he would love this.
Please don't try to jump up and down when you see it, though, Jacob.
I think you're going to love it. Maybe you think it's the gift that a lunatic would give you. I don't feel that way.
I'm intrigued.
But I thought it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Please, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Lou's only got so many seconds of drum roll. Is there a note attached?
There is.
What is that? Oh, don't read it then if it's not a note. Open it.
Right.
I want to show you what is
bubble wrap.
It's some bubble wrap. Jacob, this is, I swear to you, a very real,
Whoa!
dead but pickled shark.
In Listerine.
It's a preserved. Is it barbicide?
I know. I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's a preserved dead baby shark
In a juice press jar.
In a juice press jar.
That's what it is.
A dogfish?
A dogfish. It's called. Yeah.
That's a baby.
Yeah.
That's a baby nurse shark, I think. You know what? As a Beastmaster, let me just. Can I see that?
You know, I gotta say it. Part of the tail is out of the liquid.
Let's
Yeah.
drink. Let's
Which
eat
is
it.
kind of gross.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I'd say don't eat that part.
No.
I mean, I kind of dig it. That's a cool gift.
I think it's a really, really cool gift. And they said they also have, what's the name of the tooth you have?
A megalodon shark tooth.
They said they're big shark people too, so they also have megalodon teeth.
Jacob.
They have it, so they're big fans, and they wanted you to get better. And I think that's one of the
That's
coolest
very
gifts.
nice. Thank you
What a
very
unique,
much,
cool thing.
Shannon.
Legend is if you drink this, it has magical healing powers. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No,
you'll
he's
be,
lying.
Oh, you'll be doing the worm in no time.
Hear my words and believe me. I come to you with knowledge of the forest and the sea.
Yeah, I mean, thank you very much.
And it's
Crazy
Shannon,
gift.
Shannon Glazer, and her. Do we know her husband's name? I want to shout them both out.
Find the husband's name.
Well, thank you both very much. And if you call in,
I think that there's a post-it note on Jacob's desk because we've had an overwhelming amount of people mailing to get stickers and stuff. And we're getting evering out as fast as
so you
possible.
want them to stop?
No, it's great, but it might just be a little bit of a delay because I am the intern for the mail. But there's a couple that said they had a megalodon shark tooth, and I put the post-it on your
Yeah,
computer.
I got that.
Yeah, so it might be
It's
the
on
same
my
couple.
computer still.
Pretty cool.
I'm beyond happy.
Oh, very, very cool. Great weekend at
Yeah.
Caroline's, I will say. And everybody, Jacob came to a show. Black Lou wasn't able to make it this weekend. DJ Lou came out. Merkface was there on Thursday. Merkface Andy. It was a great, great time. Lou came nice and stewed, but good stewed in the, I want to sit and have some laughs. It was great. We got him stoned in the green room. Good time. Stephanie Falcone came out last night. Got a chance to get her mother's
Mom
got her
got
mom
stoned.
stoned for
Yeah.
the second time since 1984. She said, I believe the year Stephanie was born. She's smoking weed still.
I love parents like that when it's like the kid is like the mom to the mom. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. The
Yeah.
kid's like,
The kid's
"All right,
like,
hang
no, I got to drive my drunk mom home.
She's like, hang on a second. My mom's gonna go blow this kid in the bathroom."
Right.
Black Lou opened up the shark. Did it
Yeah.
smell funny?
Well, he looked like he was going to pass out.
You opened it?
Pretty stinky.
Did you take a sip?
No, I didn't take a sip.
Yeah.
no.
It's dead shark, Black Lou.
That shit make your dick hard.
I swear to God, Black Lou just saw blue juice and he had to be tempted to try to drink it. He's like, oh man,
Some grape soda right about now.
that looked delicious.
Want some shark soda?
What is the fluid that it's in?
Barbicide.
It's got to be barbicide. That's what it smells like.
You know what barbicide smells like?
Same stuff at the haircut place, right?
Oh man,
Oh,
when he gets his shit lined
when
up.
you get your shit did.
He
Oh.
doesn't go to some fancy Jew boy salon.
When
like
you're
you.
trying to look all brand new, Lou. Yeah. You're coming in all brand new.
You fucking
It's a great one.
get my shit tightened
Oh
up.
shit, your shark came in all brand new.
Oh hell yeah!
Your shark got tightened up.
Yesterday I went to see. Has anybody else in the room seen Avengers yet? I know Christine has.
I'm going this weekend, so don't tell me you're
I
not
won't
going to give away.
No spoiler alerts. In fact, the spoiler alerts that were given to me, I would say, were misleading spoiler alerts. They were. It wouldn't be a good way to describe what the spoiler is.
I'm worried about
I thought it was good. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I don't know what I'm expecting ever from those movies. It was fun. The special effects were amazing, and it was a good story. So it was fun. They're just very long, and then they end very abruptly on an open ending that, well, I just recently watched, and I was telling everyone, Cobra Kai on YouTube Red. I got YouTube Red. I bet there is a major spike in YouTube Red of people getting it to buy this series.
They really suck you in with those first two.
And it gets so much better.
Yeah.
And then you watch the whole thing, Jacob?
No, I just watched the first two. I'm going to get YouTube Red because I loved it.
At the end of the series, it even questions its own morality, but I love the message that it's sending, and me and Dan will get into that. I want to make sure Dan sees it first, and then we'll get into that whole thing. But the movie ended very abruptly, too, after I feel like 2.5 hours invested. That said, it's a children's movie. Mike Fenoya joined us. It was me, my ex, her boyfriend, my daughter, Christine, me and Fenoya. There's children behind us. And poor parenting, sure. But there was a lot of kids, and I think one parent present, and they were, let's call them 7 years old, 8 years old. And they were, behind us, and they were talking a lot of the movie. Also very chair kicky to me, but it was just in a way that, like, it never, I don't know. I get very angry about the injustice of adults ruining movies for other adults on the phone or talking or all that shit. Like,
Texting drives me nuts.
All of it. I get very, but kids talking about the superhero, it's the conversations were more like, wow, can you believe Scarlet Witch did that? And next to me, while that's happening, is Fenoya going, ugh. And he's even doing like the look back, like, hey amigos, I'm about to kick your ass if you keep it up. He's so not a dad.
His brand,
he doesn't want kids. His compassion and feelings for that. Listen, I'm sure he doesn't think about it as much as I do when I see somebody get on a plane next to me with a fucking therapy dog. I'm like, oh, go fuck yourself. I know it's bullshit. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't go the whole time like, pfft. No, I guess, is your dog's tail gonna hit me another time? Like, it just seems like a weird. You're like,
Mike's got a great brand of intolerance, though. His specifically is great.
Oh yes, it really is.
It just goes from 0 to 60 like that.
Yeah.
Could ya? Could ya?
So he's doing things like he keeps looking back, which is making me super uncomfortable. And then he's surrounded going like, I hate kids. And it's like loud enough that people definitely feel it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not even hearing what he's saying, you're feeling the vibe. And then it's starting to make me uncomfortable at this point. Now I'm getting the nerves of like, oh, shit.
Because you want that, you want him to feel comfortable because you're like the Mother Henny shit?
Yeah, I'm very Mother Henny, so I want them to stop talking so much simply because, look, I prefer they weren't talking, but I'm more like, so Mike stops like focusing solely on, that's all he's waiting for. I know this as a person who does it with adults. Talking in a theater, I spend the whole movie waiting for them to talk again.
But you can tune it out when it's the kids? Like, you could accept it and just kind of face forward and deal with it.
Just listen, if I went to a horror movie or even like, a rated, maybe even like a rated R movie in general, I'd say, or up, and kids are in there talking, I'd be like, what the fuck are they even doing here?
Right.
But even a PG-13 superhero movie, I'm going to give a pass to 7-year-olds talking.
Mike's like in Disney World slapping fucking turkey legs out of kids' hands on the line.
If I thought of anything, it would have been...
Trying to get on the ride, amigo. Just saying.
We all want to ride the tilt tour, amigo.
I've been this tall for 8 years. I could get on, all right? It's only your first time.
So Mike's doing his huffing and puffing with it, which, it is what it is. And these kids are talking, and then I'm just in my head going like, please, kids, just like stop talking. And as I'll say it, I'm making it up a thing, just like, everyone knows the characters die in this one. Like, there's definitely death in the episode. And whenever like a character, something would happen to a character, as I'm waiting for these kids going, just now stop and enjoy the movie, they'd go, oh, wow, that means there's only Iron Man and this one and that one and Hulk left and Black Panther and Spider-Man and whatever. And then somebody else would get kicked off. And it's like, oh, man, now there's only Black Panther and Iron Man. They're doing like, it's almost like they're...
kid, we're all watching the same movie. I see it too.
They might as well be noogieing Mike in the back of the head. They just list off the fucking Deadpool of superheroes. God damn, man. He was just I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it, except for Mike, the feud of the Mike and the children. I never said on the air, I don't think, that we went 2 weeks ago, Christine was at, to see A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
Anybody see A Quiet Place? You know what it is, though. It's the movie that got very popular, I guess.
What is it?
It's a horror movie about we get overrun, I guess, by aliens who are attracted to sound. They figured out they're attracted to sound. So the idea is to just hole up and be extremely quiet. And so except for the 3 attacks in the movie, which maybe total 7 or 8 minutes, the other 80-some minutes of it is pin drop silence, which is a weird scenario to have your cheat day snacks in, because biting into a nacho in a crowded theater of people holding their hands and on the edge of their seats and dead quiet, just pulverizing corn chips in my teeth sounds like dinosaur farts. It was like lightning strikes every time, and then you get in your mouth and then just
Hey, amigo, great movie for a cheat day.
Hey, amigo, I know it's cheat day, but maybe you get some softer snacks, huh?
Think maybe you could, could you? How about a Twizzler?
Oh, I hate hard snacks at the movies.
You making your digestion sounds, too? It's like...
Yeah. Every drink of your soda is... It was so... I felt horrible. You feel like no one else is eating in the movie theater but you.
I never thought about that.
The movie was so quiet, and it's just... We just load up.
What a way to
And by the way, I've been told before, when I eat, I make almost pleasurable sounds. People have called me this before. I eat, and I don't even realize that I go... I've never heard it, but I've been looked at by several people in my life and go, what are you doing? I go, what do you mean? They go,
You're like a Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercial.
What'd you say?
Yummy.
No, I just, not like even like an outward like expression of like, just that I want to eat it. I'm going,
That must have been great for your fucking
like I'm getting my dick
buddy.
sucked. I always, Christine is the most phoned in person ever on trying to taste something new. That, I don't know, it's one of those things, you know, when you're with somebody for a long time, the thing that makes you, if we broke up or she died, it would be one of the things that I would cryfully, like, remember about her as being adorable. But, man, when we're trying something new, or I'm like, oh, try this, it's really good, and she wants to show you, she puts it in her mouth and goes, Dude, it makes me want to fucking just catch her with a roundhouse the second she says it.
Does she point out like the little ingredients, like the and the way it crunches and the sweet with
just
the
a
spice?
A nodding like yes, you were right about the like the eyes go like, can you believe it, everyone?
She turns all sister on you.
It's great. Why? Did you have fun on the shows, Justin?
I had a great time on the shows.
The crowds are fantastic.
Yeah, they really were.
The Omi and Diana showed up. Some of our favorite Bonfire fans were there. Lou, did you get the love? Did you feel the love when you were there?
Oh, yeah. I stewed the shit out of Omi and Diana afterwards.
Really?
Yeah, we went to a diner with Mike from the Skanks.
Yeah, they get pretty stewed.
Yeah, they were cool.
You went with Harrington?
Yeah.
Oh, how fun was that?
It was great. It was cool.
You got all
great,
wasted.
Dude.
No,
Harrington's stone sober, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, why was that? He was normal.
He doesn't drink.
Yeah.
I think he smokes pot a little
Why do you
bit.
always look like you just came off a 3-day bender of something?
Oh,
You're
totally.
sober.
Mike.
On a bus.
It's crazy. I'm
Hey
like,
guys, I took a Greyhound here. I'm pretty tossed.
Yeah, I've been living in a van down by the river.
Oh, how about this? We should take this call for sure. It's Jacob. I know you want to say your thank yous. We have on the line Shannon. That's who gave you the shark. Shannon, you're on the Bonfire. You're on with Bonfire with Jacob Batat.
Crackle, crackle, guys. How's it going?
Crackle, crackle.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon, thanks for the
Hey,
shark.
everybody.
Thanks for the Listerine
Oh, yeah,
shark.
no problem.
Do you know what kind of shark it is?
Yeah, it's a dogfish.
Gotcha.
I said that.
So, and I didn't know if you get a little picky saying it's dogfish, but it's part of the shark family. So
No,
I would say it definitely fits in for you.
Do you know what the fluid it's in?
It's definitely just like a normal, I think, pickling liquid you'd see a wet specimen
There's nothing
in.
normal about this gift, but go on.
I found out what it is. It's just rubbing
there's,
alcohol.
Our house, I have like antique pictures of midgets and like megalodon teeth and stuff like that. Like, it's just the type of stuff I think is cool.
Wow,
You
you're
never
like
see that
Danzig.
stuff up close. What's that?
And you were with your husband yesterday. Your husband?
Yeah, my boyfriend Mike.
Your boyfriend.
We're both huge campers. We love you guys, and we've come to a few shows. And I always get so nervous to even talk to you guys because I told Christine last night it's like my endless entertainment is Howard Stern and you guys. So
Oh,
we
hell
love
yeah.
you.
By the way, that's my endless entertainment too, is Howard Stern and doing the show. So that's really it. Absolutely, I completely understand you there.
I think you guys
Christine's
are really great. Here's a dead shark.
Christine's
Well, we wanted to get Jacob something, and there's a great shop in New York City that sells a lot of that stuff.
Evolution,
and they have
right?
a lot of shark things. Yeah, Evolution.
Yeah.
store.
Look at Justin knowing
so-
weird stuff.
You can buy-
Yeah, so there you go for a Christmas shopping place for Jacob for probably the end of time. They've got plenty of stuff like that.
Is
so.
it the kind of place like when you buy it like 5 years from now, like there's a team of people coming looking for it because they're collecting all the haunted artifacts that store sold?
Oh, I sure hope not. They have another one of those shops, like, I think it's in the Village. It's Obscura. They used to have a TV show on TLC.
Oh,
It's on West Broadway now.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
So they're like a lot kind of crazier, I think. Evolution Store, it's kind of like going into the Science Museum and being
Yeah,
able to buy.
You can
Those
buy like
weird curiosities. I remember when I was on Jonathan Davis when he was in New York, lead singer of Korn bought like anal dilation, like a medical an anal dilation kit that's just like, you know, an antique thing where doctors used like part of a therapy they would do for people was open
Yeah.
up their assholes.
You can buy like a dead baby in there.
It is weird. I tell you what, Mike was Mike weirded. Did you know you were meant to be when he walked in your house and didn't run away because he saw all your
We
sorcery?
definitely had some things in common from the beginning, like that type of stuff. But yeah, it's great having someone who shares.
You don't mind if I shove this monkey finger up your butt, do you?
I was like, hey, this is John Wayne Gacy's.
It's clean.
This is John Wayne Gacy's actual clown outfit. Put it on, I'll suck your dick.
So we were so excited, and like we wanted to get a card, but we were out of our minds after doing that 40-mile ride. We just like ate burritos in bed and took a nap before the show. So
Listen, you always come up and say hi to us. I know Christine looks very unapproachable, but trust me, she is very unapproachable. Don't go to her. Total B.
well, we talked about college choices too. We both had similar college choices in mind. So
Yeah, except she got in.
Oh, what, Boston University?
Emerson.
Emerson, is that where you're going to go?
That's where I wanted to go.
I thought you just
that's
came-
where I went.
I think Christine just said she was coming to New York to figure out where to go to college just so she can hit a coke bender or something. She's like,
Well,
what
I'll pick you up an Emerson T-shirt next time I'm in the neighborhood. So.
Thank you.
Get it oversized. She could sleep in it like she actually went there or fucked somebody that did.
Yeah, for sure. But no, we love you guys. It was so awesome. Everybody was so approachable. I felt bad because I asked about Mike Fenoya's dog, and he was like, I can't talk about it, and he kind of ran away. So
Did he really?
tell him sorry.
What a
Yeah.
weird reaction. Well, in defense, he almost killed a kid earlier that day.
Yeah, he had a rough
Oh,
one.
okay. Well,
There was
and he's
Iron Man.
emotional.
Hulk.
All right, a dead shark, no beaver penis for me.
And don't apologize for that. No, Mike loves all the outreach and stuff. Mike's dog is sick, yeah, so he's going through it a bit. So yeah, he could use all of your best wishes. Shannon, thank you so much for the present. Thank you for coming to the show. I think I
Yeah,
speak for
thanks,
Jacob when I
Dad.
say
Thank you very much.
thank you. Robot Jacob.
Okay.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you, Shannon.
All right.
Hi, Shannon.
What a pleasant call.
What a
That was
sweet
very
one.
nice. Now, what are you going to
I
display
might
that?
have to top it off because, like I said, the tail is coming out of the liquid.
Is that a big deal, you think?
Well, I think it'll smell if it doesn't, right?
No, not in that
Rot?
jar. It's gonna
No.
It's pickled. Also, that you said a pickling liquid. Also, I mean, whack it around a little bit, shake it up, and see if you can get the tail
Keep
inside.
it on my desk.
I want you to
Yeah?
see the glass is
Yeah.
half full with this dead shark glass.
I kind of like it.
Jacob, I looked it up. It's just rubbing alcohol dyed blue.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could.
That's all. Don't drink it.
no,
Well, unless you can't find actual booze.
when I want to be naughty.
That would be great if, like, right after a Christmas party, you get real wasted and you drink that fucking thing.
No, not Jacob. I bet we can get Lou stewed enough to fucking down that glass.
Lou. Oh, dude.
I'll fucking do it. I'm from Jersey, bitch.
Next
right near
big
teenage.
next big live show, someone's got to take a sip of that thing.
I'll do it.
I'm sure it's happened before. I mean,
I really wanna
roastings people have drank.
I want to smell it.
Oh yeah, go for it. That's Jewish. That's very Jewish of you.
Is it Jewish?
You want to
There's
see if it's spoiled or not?
Quite a bit of the tail
Let's
out of the liquid.
let's pass it around the horn, and we'll all take a whiff after this break. Or no, let's do it before. But I'll take a whiff on air.
All right, here we go.
Good. Don't open it up too much. You just gotta take a peek.
I mean, I'm just gonna.
I might fucking hork.
It really just smells like medical chemicals.
Yeah.
You don't smell the fit, right, Lou? Black Lou?
Hand it to Christine.
All right. It's the top is on, but it's not tight.
Well, you could tighten.
Christine, keep in mind.
Don't tell me what to do to Professor X.
Christine, I'm dipping my dick in that later. So you better like the smell.
I want to touch the shark.
I don't want
Smell it. It just smells like chemicals,
It
right?
smells like rubbing alcohol.
All right. What was the big problem?
Lou, take a sip.
Come on.
Oh, the tail sticking
Lou,
out
take a
so
sip.
weird.
Oh, I can't drink that.
Was part of your mind go, if it doesn't smell that bad, I'm just going to pound it right now? Just have the shark's head come out of your mouth?
Shot.
Just Lou looking crazy with a shark hanging out of his mouth?
I thought about it. I can't drink that fucking
Let me
shark.
smell. Let me get my smell. Let me get my whiff.
Make sure you hold it straight. That shit's not tight.
I can't
Black Lou's
drink
the only one
that.
with balls who did it first without being part of a dare.
Chug.
Oh, it really does just smell like, it smells like rubbing alcohol a lot.
I want to lick the shark.
Lick it.
Okay.
You won't do it.
I swear to God I will.
Please don't.
Okay.
All right, do it.
You want me to lick the shark?
No, don't. But yes, do. I don't know. Oh,
I'll lick the shark.
I'm so conflicted.
Only if Lou's filming.
Oh, this is so.
Ew.
Oh.
Ew.
Yeah, motherfucker! I'm still alive! The Beastmaster's back!
Amazing.
Justin, I believe now that your soul is transferred into that shark. They have now become one.
Oh, now you have the power of the shark fin.
Hey, dogfish.
It's an aphrodisiac in
Did you do
Japan.
it? Did you do it because it's a dogfish? Get it?
I do get it. I do get it.
We're gonna take our first break. We're hanging out with Justin Silver. Check out the podcast, Neurotica. Also now doing the podcast on Gas Digital.
No disrespect with Mike Vecchione. Very fun.
He's a regular on that show now, so make sure you check that out. GasDigitalNetwork.com. Slash, do you know the slash isn't that yet?
/ no disrespect, and then the other one it's just Neurotica. You could just search wherever podcasts on iTunes. Go to Neurotica podcast
and
JustinSilver.com. At IamJustinSilver.com.
Very nice.
Oh,
and,
IamJustinSilver.com.
on all.
That's what I meant.
Social media also, right?
Yes.
Very cool. We'll be right back.
And now, back to the bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Before we finish, one of the many methods that I have to a tablet to light my flip, ignite your wit and fight. If you ain't down, bullshit! Just gonna send it.
What an abrupt stop.
That's how that ends.
Is that really how it ends? That's the end of the track?
On the Sirius system, it is, yeah.
Wow. So let's blame Sirius for that one.
Dude, Sendog has the best job, the hype man.
Just plug your nose and go.
I want to be your hype man. You just say something. I'm going to punctuate your sentences.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you could accentuate this. It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95.
95!
I'm Big J. Oakerson, Dan Soder at Nana's house, keeping her company, he's such a good boy.
Eating soup with grandma!
He's such a good boy, hanging out in studio with us. In his place, Justin Silver, of course, the podcast Neurotica and the podcast No Disrespect with Mike Vecchione on Gas Digital Network. Of course, Justin also going to be at Levity Live in Nyack, New York, this Wednesday, May 9th at 8 p.m.
Check it out!
After that, you can catch him at Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. That's May 17th through the 19th.
Suck my dick in the green room!
Go to IamJustinSilver.com for all other dates. If you want to catch me, everyone, I'm going to be this weekend. San Antone. I'm a little nervous about this Thursday. My flight gets me in at 5:15.
Spurs on the shit.
That makes me very nervous getting there. My show's going to be. I'm not going to be showered or anything yet.
That would give me anxiety.
Gives me much anxiety. It's a dicey situation.
Dicey.
But I'll be there this Thursday through Saturday, 10th through the 12th. And if not, after that, you can catch me at Dr. Grin's, Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm coming back. One of my pivotal, or not pivotal, I should say, one of my cornerstone jokes of my new set that I'll be doing on the Netflix half hour is something that happened at Dr. Gren's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'll be there. Hello. May 17th through the 19th. That is 2 weekends from now. For tickets and all the tour dates, go to bigjcomedy.com. And also get your tickets right now if you're coming to Skankfest. Skankfest is going to be a blowout this year. At the Brooklyn Bazaar, 4 shows going, 2 big stages. 1,000 people is going to be there. Amazing acts. So who have we announced? Christine, throw some names.
Oh, God. David Tell, Jim Norton, obviously the Skanks, J. Lewis Dave, Soder is going to be there. God, I'm going through the list in my head right now. Dulce Sloan, Sam J, Pete Davidson, Michael Che.
Comedy Jam.
The Naked Roast with Zach Amico, which is going to be nuts. Ari Shafir, unless he bails, which would be hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I feel Ari Shafir's going to be there. We're doing a What's Your Fucking Deal. It's going to be podcast, Cumtown, Legion of Skanks.
Cumtown, Legion of Skanks, Punch Drunk Sports, Real Ass Podcast with Nick Mullen and Tim Dillon.
It's 2, and this is all in 2 days, starting at noon every day, going till 2 in the morning. It's going to be an absolute blast. So.
It's been a little weird for me, not after spending 10 years watching stand-up comedy every night of my life, to not having that anymore. This festival is really like, it kind of makes up for that a little bit. I'm excited to get to see so many of my favorite comics in one place and putting it together, and the fans that come out are awesome. It's going to be just a great experience.
I'm psyched to be there for it this year, man.
Hell yeah.
Remember last year?
Okay, that's the thing. I don't know how to tell you that.
Pop star!
And I assume, I hope if it works out for everybody, that if you're a Bonfire fan, a camper, if you're listening, and you want to come to Skankfest, the crew will be there at some point. Jacob.
The Bonfire is going to be there. We're doing a bonfire from the festival.
We are?
Yeah.
Just found that out just now. Nice. Okay, fantastic. So you're definitely going to get a chance to see everybody from the Bonfire there. So that's right. Now it's a job, Black Lou. You have to come hang out with us.
I'm also pretty sure we discussed it before this.
You what?
I'm pretty sure we talked about it at least once before right now.
Don't recall that ever coming up. No idea. I know we did a thing called Skankfire last year where we combined Skanks and Bonfire.
We did, yeah, we're going to do an actual
a beef fire?
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, dope. Me and Justin, on our way up here in the car, where he was texting the words, you're the best to somebody.
You're the best.
And I go, now right, you're the best around. And Justin was like, oh, nothing's ever going to keep you down. So he started to do it. And then we were saying, how do you send this? I go, you're the best. I said, put some parentheses, the word cymbal crash, and then nothing's, around, nothing's ever going to keep you down.
But I believe that there is an emoji. I thought there was an emoji for 2 cymbals crashing. Is there not? Because there's drums.
I'll tell you what, we didn't find anything where I thought maybe just a simple hand and stick hitting a cymbal is an easy emoji. And I could think of a lot of uses for that. And I'm starting to think with there's the shit emoji. And, there's a zillion things and different colors of people and holding hands. What are some missing emojis? And then I thought to myself, Lou, DJ Lou, this sounds like
Caller topic.
Yay!
Caller topic. This is a Bonfire caller topic.
That drop was not exciting enough for me. Can we do it again, please? Just need something more. What's missing? A cymbal crash.
Shit. We need.
There it is.
This, Lou. Yes. This call, buddy. I should have told Lou that. And I'm telling you, I want to take calls today. And I hate putting it out there, but the first call came through already fucking happened.
Oh, the
Sixers game is going on right now. I am avoiding the game. There's a chance they're going to get swept tonight, and they'll be out of the playoffs. Please don't steal my last 3 hours of basketball from me. I'm asking the callers, and already the first call was just, I don't know. The game's been on for 45 minutes, and it sounds like he's telling me they're getting killed by what he said. So, please, that already bums me out. I want to walk right off the show right now. But I should have said something beforehand. Yeah, the callers. I was nervous to take callers today.
I know. I would have thought that you explicitly said something before the show. You were so nervous about it.
Yeah, but I didn't think that right out of the gate. Whatever. It's no big deal. But it's But yeah, so we're not taking any calls about the stuff. So if you're calling that now, I said this is honor system now.
Yeah.
If someone calls in the spoiler alert it and say they're calling for something else, I know this happens on radio shows. I said I wasn't going to take calls today, but I do want to take calls. And I thought that would be a fun one of what are the emojis that we need in the world.
We do need.
And no, if you spoil the game, I'm going to get beat up tonight, so you can live with that.
Christine, a lot of our fans want to see you beat up. Please don't make that the fucking price.
How does shit come before Symbol Crash when they're designing these? Like, you know what?
I get it. I get the shit one completely, but there's just like, I mean, Symbol Crash is one that is definitely missing. Isn't there like a hand, like fucking another, like fuck you, or
no,
like a middle finger?
You make the hand fuck you.
It's like an okay.
With the okay and then the point, but there is the middle finger. Is there a Black Power fist? Because there's a fist, I guess.
Well, you can change any emoji to a different color now.
Well, I'm against that.
But it's like almost too many colors, right?
I think there's like 10 colors you can pick from. On the faces and the hands. Anything that's yellow, you can change to other colors.
Is there a trans one yet? Is there a trans emoji?
What would that look like?
I don't know.
A dick plus a vagina, I don't know.
Just like a
triathlon,
just like
medal,
just like some weird
a decathlon medal.
Yeah, like just like a weird no genitals like stick figure or something that's like has long hair and like a mullet. I don't know. I don't know what that emoji would be.
Like a woman shaving her beard.
Yeah.
What would it be?
How do you do gender neutral? Just put like a dick or pussyless crotch area.
We're gonna get letters.
Oh, that's very nice. Raul in Texas tells me the airport is close to the club in San Antone, so I shouldn't be worried. That's great. Kevin in Vancouver says there's no pirate emoji. True?
Oh shit.
I can see where that would come up for sure.
You know, you can change your...
Hey man, I'm picking you up in 2 hours for the Jimmy Buffett concert. Pirate face emoji.
You know what? There is a pirate emoji. It's just there's the basic emojis you get on the phone, but then you can download emojis.
That's not a pirate. That's a guy with an eye infection.
That is an eye patch guy.
That's just an eye patch guy.
That's an emoji for Peter Gashin, the guy who owned the Limelight.
You know, you can make your phone talk to you in pirate speak. You know how, like, when you do your GPS, you can make it sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like that? You can make it talk like, aye, matey, make it right.
It's in the phone?
Whatever. You could download something to make it do that. Like, make it right, arr, and then a parrot. Arr.
I've never listened to the voice of... I hate GPS voice.
Really?
Yeah.
I do it on silent as well.
Kevin, I'm sorry to break your heart, but there's 7,000 pirate emojis. But you're absolutely right. If you go to the other download... I'm talking about where you get the basic package. Because maybe these things have not all been done yet. You know what I mean? Is there like are there bestiality ones, Christine? Are there bestiality emojis? There has to be.
Oh, there's a pirate.
Trans is I want to see. Is there a trans emoji? What would that possibly? How would you do it?
I'm trying to think. Trans emoji.
There's no way. There's definitely a bisexual. You just draw like one happy face with like a dick and pussies like on either side of its head. You know, they put like the teardrop coming off the side, like that.
That's the symbol. Is that the symbol for trans? Like the male female symbol? Like the print, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
the circle with
Prince.
Yeah.
Is Prince's symbol the gender neutral thing?
Was he trying to tell us something?
I think he was trying to tell us something. Oh, you know what, Lou? Also, before I forget, another thing I want the callers to call in about here. So just so you know, I have another. Hit it, Lou.
Another caller topic?
I do.
Give it to me again.
Wait, you have another 30 seconds to spare?
Oh, of course.
And give me 31 seconds. I want that Symbol Crash in the end. DJ Lou, go. Boom.
Got it.
Thank you.
Yay!
Caller topic. This is a Bonfire caller topic.
Wow.
So, me and Justin were also talking in the car on the way up here about. I've talked about on the air a bit before. I used to work in. I was like a driver when I was a kid. I was a driver for escorts and strippers. at bachelor parties, and it was the escorts were fucking. It was such a seedy world. I don't know if there's anybody out there that wants to call in about these, because everyone. I don't know if everybody in this room, I feel like DJ Lou possibly, but I'm always surprised. When I was in that world, I did not feel like I belonged in it at all. I felt like I was definitely in there over my head and a little bit nervous about like being in it. Not like I looked the part enough and it was fine, but as dumb as a thing when people would pull out like Coke at a party, I was like bringing a stripper to or something, and they're, hey man, you want some Coke? And I'm like, that's real drugs, man.
How old are you?
19, 20, 21.
Oh wow, that's a lot of that would make me nervous, because you were their bouncer though.
Yeah, but it's not that. It's just,
right.
I just mean in that world, I just wasn't. I wasn't like a pussy kid, and I definitely have like street smarts. I hope I grew up much more than that than book smarts. You know, like what to look out for, how to not get caught, robbed or attacked, and know how to defend myself at least a little bit.
Yeah, and you're
not,
a big dude.
Not be afraid of things like that. So it wasn't even like a fear. It was just like I was never involved in like drugs and like, just weird people doing weird things really late night. And then I had a kid kind of young. So even in comedy, the world of when everyone would be like, well, it's like, oh, well, so-and-so, we were doing Blow last night till like 6 a.m. And I'm like, really? Like I went home and watched like episodes of Cops and Law and Order SVU and went to sleep. Like, because I had I'm talking about, I was going home like 3 a.m, but these guys would keep the party, and I just never got into like the darker.
You are kind of like a little kid even when they're on the road. You're like, let's go back to the room and watch cartoons.
Yes, that's exactly what I want to do.
And then Mike Fennoy's like,
Man.
fucking kids. But yeah.
No, I do. I like to just kind of like hang out. Listen, I like a seedy situation as much as the next person. I'm saying in the realm of like, if you were like, hey, there's this weird club in town where there's people are just fucking on a stage. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go see that weird thing. But that I go to see it in such an air of like, this is going to be a crazy story. We could talk about it on the thing. I'm talking about people that are really like delve into the world, like the guy who hangs there all the time because he gets the girls Coke and does something else.
Yeah.
So I mean, just in that kind of seedy world, if you've been involved in like porn or amateur or just webcam stuff, or in some level of like drugs or that stripper kind of shit, like call in, man. I'd love to hear your story, because it's so funny how like Christine, I feel like her head is not on a swivel in the world at all, like looking for trouble or problems or just the belief that everything's fine, and was in such a seedy world at one point in her life. And I find that weird about you too, because you strike me as such a nice Jewish boy.
I am.
Your stories, I'd almost call you a liar if I didn't know your mother.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was like
and your mom, I don't think your mom knows all like the dark details.
No, she does. She knows all of it.
Does she? But I mean, she definitely was like, yeah, Justin went away to school and went, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, I went away for school because I was, for me, it was like the club scene really fucking young. And like the rave scene and shit like that. It's also different when you're like a New York City kid who's like, you're hopping the train at like 10 years old and going into the city, and you're just exposed to all that shit.
Still can't. It's a big conversation for me too. I still can't with Isabella. I still don't want to put her on a train.
Yeah, but no, I get it. But it's also when you don't have a dad living in the house, which we talked about last time I was on here. It's like you just you become a little bit of like a latchkey. You know what I mean? So
I was a latchkey kid too, but my thing was just like my friends would go and we'd go play sports and whatever, and then maybe like in high school. I mean, I guess technically I was latchkey in high school.
You also have the responsibility.
I had to watch my brother and sisters a lot, but even when I didn't, I got the idea of like, we're going with these girls to go try to, and I didn't even know what it was ultimately to do. I mean, I knew what fucking was, obviously, and porn and all that shit, but I didn't think it was like, we're going to go with these girls, maybe we'll get them in different rooms and fuck. That's a very high school thing now, I feel like. That was not in my world when I was a kid. Like,
dude, that wasn't in mine either.
People fucking, like, it was a very odd thing if you were like fucking. I feel, or it wasn't just bragged about as much, if nothing. There was no girl who was like, so-and-so sucks the best dick. And like, how do you know? Like, she told me. Like, now that I think that's how the world goes. Like, there's girls who were just like...
Yeah.
There's no more like shame in that kind of thing, which whatever, I guess. But like in my time growing up, the girls who were fucking, it was not widely talked about. In fact, you found out a girl did something sexual, she was sort of teased. Yeah,
definitely. And now like the equivalent of like passing notes in class is like sexting. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's just like.
But I mean, there's probably like a good-looking popular kid in school right now in high school. I'd have to assume has 5 to 7 girls in that school's like pussy pictures in his phone.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. I'm so happy that I didn't have a smartphone when I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that there's just not like
Yeah.
I'm glad that there's not pictures of me like circulating around like that from being young and sending them to like anybody that asked for it because.
Look, I say don't send the people who are going to like circulate them. That's for sure.
Who doesn't? Every guy I've ever seen has shown me naked pictures of some girl they have in their phone. Like guys show each other their pictures.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, for the most part, yes. I think that's absolutely true. But I mean, like, I'm not even talking about, like, I think there's almost, when you send something, you have to assume close circle of people, at least around them, is going to get that. But I'm talking about that.
Not mind.
I'm not even worried about that. I'm not even saying, like, if you give it to a guy you like and he has it, he might show other people. The thing is really... You want him is to not release it to the world. Don't send it to somebody else.
I'm still gonna send it.
Lou, you son of a bitch. You're always on it. Send it.
Send it.
But do you know what I mean by that? Like, you don't want to put it out. What you don't want is to be like, oh, this would be funny. I'll put it up on revenge porn sites, or I'll put it just like in the world. You know, like,
it's out in the world.
We had things where it's like you'd send a girl we were trying to hook up with like a picture of me or a video, and I was
That's
like,
bait.
I remember freaking out and being like, I sent this to you. I didn't want this out in the world.
Was your
to
face
anyone.
in the? Was your face in the
No,
picture?
it wasn't, but still.
Jim,
I'm like, it's still me, and
dude,
it's
I know,
still
but you
known
know,
that it's me.
but still, almost when you send stuff like that, why it's like not much of an even worry thing is like. What are they going to do with that? If they say, goes, guess who this is? Like, who? It's like knees.
Here's the thing, though.
You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing like...
The good and the bad of it is, it's kind of like, all right, it is the fact that people are so desensitized so young, that's bad. But the other good part that it's so... Everybody does it, so it's like if you get caught with something like that, everyone's like, who gives a shit at this point? Like, what celebrity doesn't have a naked picture floating around?
We've said that very much. Like, the life cycle of people giving a shit is very... I think if you don't take your, like... whatever your weird thing is, if you don't wear it like a cloak of like, oh shit, I don't want people to know this so hard, and if people learn things about whatever it is and you kind of go like, all right, yeah, fine. I think how quick it goes from people going like, oh, what the fuck, to people going like, well, I'm curious now, like, what's the thing? And I think so quick people move on. Jim Norton no one shuns him because he's been very vocal about liking trannies and shit. You know
transgender, what I mean?
Jay. Right.
Say it right.
No, he does not. Like, there's no scarlet letter on him in the world.
Yeah, totally.
Because he just owns it and he's like, yeah, it is. And then it becomes like not even, you get all the interesting stuff out and then it becomes like just a factoid of his life that maybe one day you'll hear a story about something with that, or you won't.
Would you give a shit? I remember there's that great story of you with the Craigslist picture. Would you give a shit if a picture was circulating of like your dick or something like that? Would you care?
No, not really. If my dick, I'd more of a naked picture of me would simply only be for, I'm like, I don't think I would look good in the picture.
That's the thing
that's what it is. To me, it's looking good. At the end of the day, if it's like a dick pic that I sent because I was like, my dick looks good in this picture, I'm like, I guess. Yeah. I mean, like, it doesn't even mean anything. You could just go, because it's almost, you have a choice to make. Sure. A choice to make at that point where you go, do I just go, yeah, sure, it's me, or do I go, it's like, I don't know whose dick that is, not mine, because who gives a shit and who would know?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
But a naked picture of myself, you would know, and it wouldn't have nothing. It would have to do with my dick and body and embarrassment of not thinking it looked good. I'm
the same. Mine would be if I were naked, but you and Dan Soder were fully clothed standing next to me, and people were like, wow, Justin got a nice hog, but he's kind of short. That would bother the fucking shit at, right?
Maybe his hog just looks great because he's short.
Yeah. Right? You agree? Yeah.
Maybe his hog looks great because he's short.
Yeah, I want like me in the middle of like Lou and Jacob, then I'm fucking crushing it.
So, if anyone, because right now it seems like we have no people who have been involved in the seedy world at all, or just in over their head on some seedy shit, call in 844-COMEDY-9, and let's take our second break here. It's almost 7 o'clock hour, and we'll come back because, I think you and Christine might have some fun, like, overlay. Maybe not fun's the wrong word, but some interesting overlay.
Oh, it was fun.
Kind of stories. Yeah, sounds like a blast.
Sucking dick for dope.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad I get sober, awesome, boring, Christine.
I mean, I'll start drinking again if you want.
Just not today, please.
Right now. And we'll be right back, everybody. We're hanging out with Justin Silver to the podcast Neurotica. Also, No Disrespect on Gas Digital Network with Mike Vecchione. Justin now regular on that show. And for all his tour dates, I am justinsilver.com. We'll be right back. It's the Bonfire.
And now, back to the bonfire with Big J.
They wanna tell you.
Oh, it's live Cypress Hill Day. The Bonfire. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Big J. Oakerson. Dan Soder. Off in California. With a boner and a clear mind at his Nana's house. Sitting in for him today, Justin Silver.
What up?
The Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Podcast Neurotica. No disrespect. With Mike Vecchione on GasDigitalNetwork.com. And for all of his tour dates, go to IamJustinSilver.com. Some things coming up. Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. And Levity Live this Wednesday. Yeah?
Yeah. That's
Nice. May 9th at 8 p.m. So, yeah, go there. Show your bonfire, camper love for Justin Silver, 8 p.m. this Wednesday. Levity Live in Nyack. Well, who's doing the show with you?
Jay Nog, and then I got Ashley Morris hosting.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So we were talking before we got off here about seedy, dicey things. We got some callers on the line here that we'll talk to in a minute.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I mean, Christine told me a story like way back in her thing of like, you know, when you say you saw a guy like with a shotgun like crouched down in a car and shit or something.
Yeah, I was going to. I'd been hanging out on Slauson in Los
snap.
Angeles, which
about
is
a swap
like
meet?
It's just not where I should have been at
A
all.
white girl?
Yeah, it was
By the
really
barber shop?
seedy.
Yeah.
It's just a really bad street in Los Angeles, and we were hanging out in a van smoking with Jorge and Jessica all day. We're smoking crack, and they kept telling me I was their familia, and it was a whole, you know, cracked out, awkward situation. We left, and we came back that night to get more crack.
La Raza.
This white girl gonna get us that good shit.
We're going to a fiesta. How come you won't help us get some cocaine?
I wanna smack the piñata and have heroin needle papa for my birthday.
Christine was one line of coke off a Mexican's dick from getting her fucking eyebrows tattooed on. Viva la raza!
Put the symbol on your hand and you can come to the projects anytime.
Christine, you know what? You're pretty good people, huh?
This is my friend Chewy. He wanna marry you.
Chewy. This is Chewy.
You look good in the lowrider.
I was dating this, like, you know, quote unquote date. I was smoking crack with this guy all the time who I later heard, I think he got killed.
My name is Edavazio.
He got killed by what? AIDS? Did you give him AIDS?
He was awful. He stole my dad's gun, and I drove him to pawn it to a drug dealer one time without knowing that that's what I was doing.
What do you think you were doing? You thought he was going to go kill the drug dealer?
I thought he was just getting us drugs. I didn't know he'd stolen my dad's gun to get the drugs.
You didn't even know he took the gun?
I had no idea he took the gun.
You gotta pay to play in this neighborhood, white girl.
But,
Your
yeah.
dad certainly... Do you know Christine was never punished once ever in her life?
Really?
No, she has no punishments.
No, not once. I mean, yeah.
I mean, by her parents, by the law. Like, no one's ever punished Christine. She's felt no repercussions for any of her damage.
No,
she just walks. She's just like fucking Forrest Gump. She just walks through life.
Mr. Magoo.
She walks through the fucking raindrops. This chick.
I'm very charmed because something like with my mom being sick and dying when she did, like, I think people just felt very sorry for me, and because of that, everything was like everything was just let it slide. And my dad just kind of checked out at 15.
Dude, she wrecked a car on coke, Justin. Wrecked a car on coke, and the cop drove her home.
She's like that scene in Pulp Fiction where the bullets just fucking miss him.
Yeah.
I want you to acknowledge the fucking miracle.
This time, though, God, this was really, really scary, but I was so high. It was weird at the time how, like, not scary it felt. But the guy, like, we were sitting in my truck. I was in the passenger side, and this guy, Nick, was in the driver's side, and a car drove past us.
You were letting somebody else drive your truck?
Yeah, on the driver's side. And the guy was laying down in the back with, like, an assault rifle. Like, it was like a big gun, and then we just started hearing gunshots go off, and we sped off. But we ended up going back around the block when it died down to get the crack, because we had already given him money.
Wow.
So it's crazy, the situations you put. Like, I would never drive back into gunfire not high on crack.
It's funny how fast it goes, though, like, because Christine's crack thing was like 2 months.
Is that why you didn't get into Emerson?
Yeah.
It was those 2 months.
That's why my scholarship to UCI's theater department didn't pan out.
You're supposed to be taking electives
on Slauson.
You're supposed to be taking electives right now.
Yeah, I was supposed to be taking. I mean, I was like 17 years old when that happened.
Was that in Slauson in Culver City, like right around
Yep.
there? You know, that's where my old house was 2 blocks from there. Those projects specifically. You remember the house you came to, Jay? It was those projects.
Christine would have sucked your dick for crack back in the day,
Shit,
bro.
man. Let's make up for old times.
Yep, the crack, it was weird because I started smoking crack because I had done so much. I couldn't do coke anymore without my nose just immediately bleeding.
Oh, white girl problems.
And I didn't like meth. And so I found crack and I loved it. And it was so weird in those couple months. It was like, I say, I feel like that's what got me into rehab. Like it got so bad so fast that I was like, I have to come out. Like this is not just like me and my girlfriend, fucking around and doing coke. Like now I'm actually like in danger.
I will say it is a credit to you that you got off drugs ultimately because no one made you. Like that's what I'm saying. You just never had like, I can't get arrested anymore. I can't have the cops calling my parents and telling me this or any, like there was nothing you didn't.
No.
It's like I can't get hurt. Everything you did, even like the quote unquote fucking for drugs you did, essentially were all like you going like, yeah, sure. You know what I mean?
I was just like, oh, cool. I can in my head, I was like,
even,
I'm
like,
gonna
the darkest-
fuck and get drugs. Awesome.
But even like, I think I know like your darkest story. Even like your darkest story is still you going like, all right, fine, I guess if this is like, if I'm gonna get drugs. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you weren't like held down. Like you were never attack raped in any way. You were definitely statutory raped. You were definitely all those things, but you were never like attacked. So even like I said the seediest things you did were definitely a decision you made.
No, I was like a kid. Like I thought I was a bad. It's like you go into these situations and it's like you think you have it all figured out, and you're like, oh wow, I'm getting used and abused.
Is this breaking news that Bert Kreischer put his dick on Facebook Live? Dan in Maryland, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is this happening right now?
No, this was I think on one of his last Open Tabs podcasts that he does. He was sitting there explaining how he was in the pool naked, and he was trying to back up so he could get more of a view, and little did he know that he was showing everything.
Is there a picture of that on the screen right now, Jay?
There is no. It's just a if you'd see it up on that screen there. We're gonna go try to find that, Dan. Thanks for the intel.
He did it twice.
Yeah.
There's another time where he's videoing himself, and you can catch him in the reflection of something.
Oh, I saw in the mirror. I saw the one with his butt. That's when he runs with his ass.
No, well, there's one where it shows.
Oh, is this? I think that's this right here. I think we have the reflection one right here. Does he slap his dick against the window?
Right.
I love Bert so much.
August 17th through 19th. I'll see you there.
He's the best. Thanks for the call. That's great. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just thought that was great breaking news.
That is great breaking news.
Yeah, all this.
Well, after my accident was really, it was a really, really, really scary accident. I'd been up for 3 days. I fell asleep while I was driving. I hit a car, spun out. The car was crunched in around me. And I went to my dad, like, even though the cops brought me home. And then the next day I was working in a hair salon. The next day I got a call saying that there was going to be like an identity theft situation. Like it was a whole fucking issue. And I went to my dad and basically was like, Dad, I need help. Like, I need help. I need help getting off drugs. I need help. I need to go to I need something. And it just still didn't. It was like months still of nothing happening. That was in January, and I didn't get into rehab till April. I ended up going down to my aunt's house, and I asked her to help me, and she's the one that actually
You
helped
didn't get
me
arrested for that situation?
No, they couldn't. The cop actually said to me, he's like, I know that you're on something, and I can't prove it. And I was freaking out, and he was like, why are you freaking out? I'm like, I just crashed my best friend's uninsured car. Wouldn't you be freaking out?
He goes, maybe I should arrest you. She goes, maybe a blowjob will make you think differently about this.
And my dealer had come to meet me because it was like around the corner from his house, and he had come to meet me, and he was like, let's go, get in the car, go, just ditch the car.
Hey,
and
Christine,
I was like,
we gotta
no.
go for a ride.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? You're going to draw a lot of police attention to my neighborhood.
And it was like, I said I was like going to somebody's grandmother's house to get a book bag because a friend's like grandparents lived around the corner. I was a great liar.
My Mazaripa store is a front for a cocaine place. You're
And-
gonna bust it.
Were you a great liar?
And I left the house by telling my dad that my friend had drank too much and I had to go be the designated driver.
Wow.
And that's where I was going.
Everybody just goes like, cool.
Wow, that's...
Well, my dad was also like drunk most of the time.
Oh.
Dude, Isabella just got caught. I don't know. It was vape, like cigarette vape stuff for sure. But then like definitely in her circle of this thing that's going around, weed vape for sure. Probably actual weed, I'm sure, in some degree. But it is funny. Like, I don't know if I was this stupid, like, to do the thing, because she told me for 2 days while we were trying to get to the bottom of it, like, this is the thing. Why would it be mine? Why would it? And I'm sure she's hanging up the phone the same way, going like, I'm a pretty great liar. Because she told me a bunch of bullshit. I'm going like, all right, we'll figure it out. But the thing is, I'm just not going to sit there and be in an argument with her for 45 minutes about, you know what I mean? When I'm like, if she's lying, we're going to find out if she's lying. I don't fully trust anything she says because she's 15.
Do you know what was
That's
cool?
the way you're supposed to react. But it was hilarious, her telling her mom, she's like, God, Mom, you're the only one who doesn't trust me or believe me on the story. Like, Dad believes me. When Carla told me that, I started laughing. I'm like, is that what she thinks? I go, I believe the worst of it. I'm just going like, I know, I said to you in the car too on the way up. Isabella's a good kid.
Isabel's not left
she's
to
a
her
good
own
kid.
devices, and that's kind of like, I'm like an example of what not to do in parenting, and a lot of it's just straight up neglect.
But I'll tell you something. When I hear what you're saying, when I was fucked up on drugs, because my dad didn't live with me and I didn't really fear him as like a sense of authority, he was the one I called because I knew he had drug problems when he was younger, and I was like, yo, I need someone I could talk to. He was the dude that I talked to. So in a way, it was like, I was like, all right. I knew he would just like listen to me, so he was the one who helped me. I got sober at like 19. I have some crazy story. You want to hear a fucked up one?
Well, let's take a caller one.
All right.
And then you tell us yours here, because I want to take this. So this is going to hit with Christine.
Oh,
maybe
Ruben?
Christine's involved.
Was I there?
Ruben in California. Ruben, what's up, buddy?
Is
You're on the
this
Bonfire.
How you doing? Crackle, crackle.
Crackle, crackle, dude.
Man, dude, my story's crazy. It's about just like Shannon. What's called Ruben, what's up, buddy? What is it called? I was in Compton. I was with 3 buddies in a Volkswagen. We're gonna go get some cracks, and what is it called? We got down there, but the guy had a $5 bill and made it look like a 50.
Oh, so you guys were gonna rob the drug dealer, essentially. Well, not rob, but like deceive him.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So what is it called? We get in the car, we get over there, and about maybe 12 guys come and hit the car, and they start pouring crack out of their mouths. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like in baggies out of their mouth?
Yeah, because they swallow them if the cops come. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
But now, man, they're dropping hats in my car and everything like that. So one guy pulls the freaking 50 out of my friend's hand, and he goes, "It's fake." So the other guy pulls it, and he goes, "Nah, it's real." He gives us the money. I mean, we give him the money, and he gives us the crack, and we just take off in a Volkswagen Bug.
Jesus Christ! No violence. But
I thought they were just gonna start bop 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 bop.
And are you from that area?
No. I'm from L.A.
So you were from like a nicer area. That's what Christine's doing. Christine lived in Hermosa Beach, and she's like going.
That's what I'm saying. I live in like Downey. So it's like, yeah, man, that was so crazy.
It's nuts where you end up. I was like living in Redondo Beach, but my boyfriend lived on Rosecrans and Crenshaw when I was 15, so I was always hanging out over there. Ray.
He lived in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, because it's like nobody could afford where we grew up. So when you moved into your own apartments, you kind of went into the hood a little bit. And so we were hanging out there. And then, there's just the neighborhoods I found myself in. I was like, what am I even doing here?
Strata Redondo.
Great burger joint called Fabulous Burger.
I want to join your gang and wear a blue handkerchief too.
I'm Ruben. That's a crazy story, man. Thanks for the call, brother. That's just like,
wow.
Thank you. So when are you guys coming back to L.A.?
Going back to L.A.? Oh, man, it's always about 3-month rotation. We come out there for a week or so. So we'll see you out there real soon.
Thank you, sir. You have a good one.
You got it, brother. You too, my friend. Crackle. Justin, you were saying you've got some crazy. I mean, I don't know. I don't have as. Every time I've been around stuff, I'm always like, I don't feel overwhelmed by it because I'm not in it. I've never been in a situation where I'm like, I gotta get my life together. Look at me. It's 7 a.m. I've partied all night. I don't have a story like that. I've got a being up too late and shit, but that's about it.
I got way too many like that. But I think some of these situations, they were so precarious, and I didn't realize how dangerous they were until I was like, wait a second, we are in way too deep. There was this one, I was into like raves and all that techno music. So I was like 17, and we went to this
wearing a tail on a unicorn horn. Go ahead.
Very close to it. And they had these outlaw rave parties, which is they would have been in like the sort of the abandoned industrial spaces
in Queens,
in Brooklyn, or what Long Island City is like now. You know, all it was factories and burnt out buildings and stuff. So they had this outlaw rave where they would get a generator and there'd be hundreds of kids there. And it was in this burnt out building, and in the center was a courtyard where there were like van seats and shit, and like a garbage can with a fire in the center of it.
I hear
like
raves were dry, right? Weren't they more about like it was drugs? It wasn't like booze.
Oh no, it was all drugs.
But no booze though, really.
No, because there weren't really liquor licenses.
You
so
have like water. It was like water.
It was water, Gatorades, and then a lot of drugs. So you have to imagine this is like in whatever would be like a great song. It's great. It's like whatever would be like. It's probably a very popular neighborhood right now in Brooklyn. So we're in this burnt out building, and then the thing is going on until like the morning time, and everybody leaves. And I was doing a lot of Special K, which basically like paralyzes you. And then everyone.
Is that can tranquilizer?
It's cow tranquilizer.
Yeah.
I thought horse tranquilizer.
Everyone always says that. It's not horse tranquilizer. It's cat tranquilizer.
I thought it was cat.
It's cat tranquilizer. So it was me and all my friends, a few girls, a few dudes. We're like 17 years old, and then the sun comes up, and it was just like 5 of us there, and then all the people, the homeless people that actually lived in that complex, like who put those van seats out there, and would like, they all came back.
They're waiting for you to leave.
They all came back after that, right? And we were just sitting there.
That's great to have bums be the angry parents. Like, I don't pay to heat the whole neighborhood. You get no. Me and you were gonna have a talk, mister. Sorry, this is my homeless dad.
Dude, bro, I remember we were just sitting there, and I remember thinking, like, I can't, my body's not functioning, and this is just not a place that we should be right now. Like 17-year-old kids dressed like
do you wear Jankos?
Just like cartoon characters, and all these like crackheads and people who lived in this abandoned building complex.
Did you put ski goggles on for fashion?
We're very close to that. That made I may have just taken a creative different choice on that, but you're definitely in the right zeitgeist there.
Were you dressed like an urban ninja?
Close. Yeah, this is all right what we're looking at here. Yeah, pacifiers, that kind of thing.
I was never into that world. I did have the bright idea to try to quit doing coke by doing ecstasy, so I just spent like a month on ecstasy, and at a point you're just on meth.
I remember doing like 3 hits of ecstasy a night, and then just the crack out for the next 4 days.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
Christine, I said I would do.
Me up.
I said I would do it again for Shannon, who works at Gas Digital. I said on the SDR show I would do it again for her birthday.
But not that kind. I will not do that same one.
I want to get a slice off whatever Jacob's taking. He's nodded off 3 times on this show already.
His robot drugs.
It's my medication.
No, I know, buddy. But Jacob, I looked over, we're all laughing. I'm like, I bet Jacob's enjoying this, and he was like,
I am.
He was like dead in the chair.
He's being programmed.
He's shutting down. Jacob, on. Jacob, get me directions. Oh man, I'll tell you what.
Lou, put a drop in now.
Hello, is there anybody in there?
No, I was telling Justin what they gave me.
Go, what were we saying, Jacob?
They gave me some heavy medication.
Did they give you Percocets and all that shit?
Yeah.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, Valium.
Did they tell you that you were gonna be okay, Jacob? It's me. All of your bad feelings from childhood.
This is like Get Out, when he's just falling down the black hole. You black people have such beautiful skin.
But I said, yeah, on SDR show for Shannon's birthday, I'll try the Molly again.
But not that same one, dude. You were flying. We were all.
It was yeah. I'd like to try a different kind, because even though I enjoyed the night that it happened, I didn't enjoy the end of the night.
Yeah.
And I didn't enjoy I didn't enjoy the hindsight of it. I was like, well, that wasn't necessarily what I was looking for, but it sort of was.
No.
I wanted to be social. I want to like hang with everybody.
Yeah,
I want it to be like a 2 a.m. hang again for sure.
100%, but that was like so fucking speedy, dude.
I mean, yeah, you're just like standing.
Christine said she'll do mushrooms the next time we do them.
Mushrooms makes me flip out a little bit.
Now, Christine's all right with those, but I don't like those. I don't like mushrooms.
Why?
Yeah, the Molly's just so, like, when you've been a drug addict and you do a drug like Molly, like, it's very reminiscent of, like, all the nights you spend awake not being able to crash and not really being there, and you're up, and it was just, like, an awful, awful feeling.
Yeah, couldn't sleep. I was just like, Jesus Christ, man. For till 11 o'clock in the morning.
But shrooms I don't have that problem with. I can do shrooms and I'm fine the next day.
Like writing in my journal, like everything's going to be okay. Just practicing self-help.
Yeah, I'm okay with Christine not doing it that day. I want her to come hang and do whatever and have some fun, but if she doesn't want to do the Molly again, I'd be fine, because she really the next couple days wasn't even in a bad mood. It was just remember the commercial, the kid smoking pot, and he was just melted onto the couch and just looked like the face, like, ugh.
I felt like the Zoloft guy.
Yeah, it was like
there was a rain cloud over my head.
Like she was a bum out, and it wasn't like depression. It was just a bum out, and just like it wasn't like fun to talk to her.
Your serotonin
was depression. It was like I was clinically depressed for a week.
Yeah, I called it. Your serotonin is just gone. It takes like ice cream scoops of serotonin out of your brain.
I didn't have such a rough thing. I was more like foggy than I felt like. I didn't have like a problem. Like I did radio shows. We were fine. We had a fun week. It wasn't anything like that. Like it just took it out. It just took it out of me. Is what it did. I was just kind of like a little beat up from it here. Let's we'll come back. We'll do more of these stories. We're tearing through this show today, I gotta tell you. And Hayden says in the break we should look that he sent new pictures this weekend, Jacob. So let's get those Hayden pictures up, and we'll compliment his awesome dick and body after this. That's what he likes, Justin.
Yeah,
he likes us to compliment his dick and body. Dick and body. I want to put my body on your body. We're hanging out with Justin Silver.
Yo.
Check out the podcast, new podcast, No Disrespect, on GasDigitalNetwork.com with Mike Vecchione, that Justin is now a part of, and Neurotica, the podcast Neurotica. Look that up on the internet. Levity Live this Wednesday. Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, coming up. That is May 17th through the 19th. Go to IamJustinSilver.com for all dates. If you want to catch me, this weekend I'm going to be in San Antonio. So come check me out there. My first time, I believe, doing a comedy club in San Antonio. So I hope we can really pack this place out.
Yeah, man.
Club, absolutely.
I thought you'd been to LOL before. I think this is your second time at LOL.
No, there's no way. I'd be blown. If I got there and I was wrong about that, I do not believe I've been to San Antonio. I did the Sunken Garden Amphitheater when I was opening on the music tours, but I've never done a club there. Houston, I've done. Did outside of Dallas there, Addison. Austin a bunch, but this is I think my first time. So come out, campers, let's have some fun this weekend, Thursday through Saturday. Yeah, and if you're feeling a little rowdy out there in Grand Rapids, Michigan, you can check me out at Dr. Grins, leading right into Columbus, Ohio, Rock on the Range. I'll be headlining the Sunday night at Rock on the Range in Columbus, Ohio. If you have your tickets already, get out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tool and Godsmack that night. Can't wait. And, now Black Lou just joined in. Oh, Black Lou's done glow stick dancing trying to get some white poon. For show. We'll be right back. Jacob, wake!
And now, back to the bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Hell yeah! We all get high!
We all get high!
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
I get high!
Jacob's back out again. We lost Jacob again.
With Cypress Hill tonight.
Snap! We're talking hardcore seedy drugs. See, I thought I was going to get into some pornier stuff, but this went dark drugs.
Yeah.
And
shoot it in your neck.
Shoot it in your neck. There's still a good vein between your toes. We have Jesse in Minnesota. This story sounds insane. Jesse, you there?
Hey. Yeah, I'm right here.
What's
it
up,
is
buddy?
insane. I was it was the late 90s, and I was working. I lived in downtown Seattle on 9th and Cherry up on First Hill by Vito's, and I worked for a chat line, which was a whole experience in and of itself. I mean, just hilarious shit.
A chat
But anyway,
line like a sex chat line?
No, this was kind of back before that took off, so it was like a hookup chat line.
Oh, party line. Party
line.
line. I heard people that would do it. I never understood it.
I did that. I used to just sit there and jerk off while you're talking to 10 other dudes waiting for a chick to, you're waiting for like a bing, and another dude's like, hey, is there any chicks in here? And we're like, fuck off, dude.
It's funny, by the time you come in, you come in, he goes, they're like, Justin has joined the group. And you're like, Kyle, Tommy, you guys here? No one in? No one in the chat room, like just us again? All right, well, I'm going to start.
We used to call the party line when we were like 11 and 12 years old.
To do what? Like say
just like listen in, and we would
but
giggle.
what were people
and we thought
saying?
It was a lot of like skipping through guys like asking sexual stuff, and we were just giggling and clicking by, but we were like young girls calling into that.
What do you mean
stuff.
clicking by? That's what I don't fully understand how it works.
Do you remember that? It was like that. It was like almost remember that face one where it's like people are in. What was that thing? Chat roulette. It was like that, but on the phone.
Like 1 or 2, and it would like skip to the next person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing?
So it was always one-on-one.
Yeah.
So
I think you could go into
you
like
could go
group
into
chats.
a private.
You like go into a private with somebody, or you could like skip through.
There's no chance anyone ever got laid off of that.
Jay, no. But I used to do that. I used to have like phone sex with chicks on that. My mom would get that fucking phone bill, and she'd be like, "What the fuck? Like $700 to jerk off for like an hour."
Yeah, I had a porn one. I did porn.
I almost pulled the skin off my dick a few nights.
I did $400 for the porn lines, and and I said I thought it was horoscopes. I think my grandmother just didn't want to confront me anymore about it, so she just let it go. I mean, I was in trouble, but like she didn't overgo about like, is this, she didn't come to me as like 976 tits is that was the big thing, 976 numbers they were called.
I'm really into astrology.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just want to know if my chi was centered. So Jess, you were working for a chat line, but besides that, so you were go ahead, I'm sorry, finish your story.
All right, so at night you had, because we were at the top of the building right in downtown Seattle, you had to go all the way down in an elevator and go to the bottom to go smoke cigarettes. So that's what I would do during my breaks. And I would read the sports page, and I'd always just have the paper right in my face. So at the end of my shift, I'm in line to clock out with everybody else. And all of a sudden, like right before I'm about to swipe out, I get pulled away from the place where we swipe our cards to clock out. And it was the FBI. And I talked to my boss. They wanted to talk to me. Now, mind you, that earlier I had shot meth in the bathroom at work.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so I'm sitting there and I had an orange hair.
You must have been really productive that day, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, I'd worked like several cities at once. I was very productive.
Hey, Jesse, are you okay over there? He's like, "What's up? Why do you need me to clean your cubicle? What do you guys need done? You want me to paint it?" I'll be honest with you, this popcorn ceiling could really use a coat. You guys want me to popcorn it?
But
spackling and accounting.
But the story gets better because I end up, they pull me up and they detain me for 3 hours. I got my backpack sitting next to me. It's got dope in it, my needles, everything sitting in this fucking bag. And they're sitting there, and we kept going into rooms, and we go into a new room, and somebody would come in and he would look at me and say, "It's not safe to talk in here." And we did this like 3 times into 3 different rooms. And by the time we get to the 3rd room, I'm losing my fucking mind, Yeah. So I look at the guy and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And he goes, maybe you don't know. Maybe your boss didn't tell you. And then he looks at my boss who's standing next to me and goes, does he know about the FBI being on the 29th floor? And I looked at him and I said, the FB what? The FB who? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That should be a T-shirt. The FB who?
The what?
This is when I find out it's the FBI. Now, no, this story gets way fucking better.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah. So, anyway, he's sitting there and he's explaining to me. It turns out the elevator I went in to go back up, I had the newspaper in my hair or in my face while I was reading it. I didn't realize there was another person on the elevator with me. And the other person on the elevator was a fucking FBI agent. Well, you had to have like some special key or code or something to get off on the 29th floor, and this fucking guy had activated whatever it was to open the door. I never knew he was in there, and I recalled it vividly as I got out and I walked the normal route I would walk to go back to my job down the hallway.
I like you saying you record. I remember it vividly, as much as you could, strung it on meth.
I'll never forget this experience because. So I remember getting to the end of the hallway, and then I remember seeing everything was white. The carpets were white, the fucking walls were white, everything was the same color. And I was like, well, that's odd. I'm on the wrong floor. But I never thought nothing of it. I had gotten off on the FBI floor, and I wasn't supposed to be there.
Wow.
So that's why they were fucking detaining me. No, my girlfriend... Have you guys ever seen
That's hilarious.
Snowman?
That's hilarious that you did the just like the guy off the wrong, like, ooh, sorry, wrong floor. Like, no. Like, you can't just step off the snow. Falcon and the Snowman? That seems like a Jacob.
Yeah.
You would have seen that, yes? Falcon and the Snowman?
See the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob saw it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's based on the true story of spies, and it just so happened my girlfriend is the niece of one of the spies, and he had just been released from prison after doing 25 years. Sean Penn played her fucking uncle in the movie.
No
and
shit.
And so when they fucking finally released me, I'm fucking walking home, and I only lived like 5 blocks away, but it was like the longest fucking 5 blocks of my life because everybody was talking into their collar as far as I was concerned. I thought I was being fucking followed and all kinds of crazy shit.
Did you just start confessing? That's what a meth head would do. Just start confessing the shit didn't happen. I did it, okay? I didn't think John F. Kennedy was a good president. I'm sorry.
That's great. My uncles went to high school with the guys involved in that story.
Falcon the Snowman?
Yeah.
Jesus, Christine.
The ones that were locked up for like 25 years just got out.
The guys who hijacked Air Force One, they were married into Christine's cousins.
So how long did they keep you there for?
It was 3 hours altogether, but the whole fucking deal was I was looking at the guy and I'm like, why the fuck? How did I get off on your floor? You know, this is your problem. I have orange hair and a red goatee. It's not like I'm inconspicuous. You know what I mean?
I know, or it looks like you're the perfect spy because you're so over the top. People don't try not to look at you like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to judge this orange-haired guy.
No one would suspect the mascot.
And they never went through your stuff and found your needles or nothing.
Yeah. No, they never went through my bag. But the orange-haired Russian spy got off on their floor and fucking had his run of the place for about a good 14 seconds before he realized he should get the fuck out of there.
Like, give me the nano chips.
Yeah.
Serrano's got the discs.
Serrano's got the discs. Jesse, you're off meth now, I assume.
I don't think on this call he is.
I've been off meth for a long, long, long time. Yeah. I got off meth when I was 23.
How'd you get off? Like, just rehab?
No, actually, I committed a pretty serious violent crime and then woke up the next day and was felt really bad about what I had done and turned my life around right there.
Oh my God.
ashamed.
I mean, Jesse, you have to tell us what this violent crime was now. You can't leave that.
I beat and raped a nun.
A nun. I bad lieutenanted a nun.
No, I beat my friend, broke his nose, put his teeth through his lip, and tried to strangle him to death.
Crackle, crackle.
You know what, Jesse, though, in the hindsight of that story, it is, at the end of the day, there is still more of a dick swing to be able to go. Goes, yeah, I beat the living shit out of my friend. He was much bigger than me. It didn't matter. I kicked his ass pretty hard. Anyway, I felt terrible and got my life together.
I have his teeth around my hat like Crocodile Dundee.
As he goes, there's my friend Jesse. He goes, he used to be a meth addict. He goes, how do you get together? And he has to go, all right, he fucking beat me up, okay? I'm not a tough person. You happy? Well, Jesse, we're glad you're all right, man, and doing well now.
All right, thanks, Jay.
The Russian spy. You got it, brother. Have a good day, Jesse. That's Jesse.
Wow.
Minneapolis. That's pretty fucking, that's pretty nuts here.
That's Christine level.
Does anybody feel like hearing from Mike in Seattle who says, seedy underground story from gay party scene?
You ever see Pearl Jam live? You guys want to hear a song? Freezing, rest his head on a pillow made of concrete. Yeah.
Seattle, you're on the air.
Seattle. You're on the air. Guys. By the way, I just want you to know, Jesse, and please nobody do this, but just for the record, the only one I would have accepted for knowing what's going on in the Sixers game right now would have been Jesse at the end of that very long story. He goes, and they kept me there for 3 full hours. Sixers down by 12. No, please don't, and please nobody actually do that. I'm just saying I do find the humor, and later I would have been distraught right now. Mike, what do you got going on, buddy? This seems like a great story.
It's not so much of a single story as much of it is a practice over 8 years, which was
karate.
You know, I moved to yeah, almost. I moved from California to New York when I was 25, and you know, immediately when I got there, I was like, you know, I needed to find someone who could at least hook up weed or something. Because, that was the goal.
Sure.
Find people who could hook up weed and hang out and make new friends, smoke weed all day.
It's reasonable.
Instead, what I found first, and what ended up being the new thing, was I found a cool gay dude who was the self-proclaimed gay mayor of New York, and he could hook up
Justin
everything
Silver?
Hey, I didn't go by that name back then.
The gayer of New York.
Right.
Cock whisperer.
So,
Go ahead.
He knew all the ins and outs, man. He can get in anywhere, man. So he and once again, he can get everything except weed. So I just learned to do everything except weed.
Oh, really? You're like I want to do something. So wait,
Yeah.
you're not a gay guy.
No.
You just went to the.
I was a straight, lonely guy, and I found gay people took me in and said, "Yeah, you could do drugs with us all night."
Yeah,
every night.
But you probably got laid. You probably got laid like that though from chicks. Yeah, the chicks hanging around.
No, it never materialized into getting laid, but I did get to hang out with like super hotter chicks that were way beyond my league.
I'm surprised you didn't get laid. That's really weird because, like I said, Christine, the chicks hang around gay bars all the fucking time. It's so lame.
Did you ever get into?
I heard gay guys hate
Only
it. By
fat
the way,
girls.
I heard gay guys hate it. No, that's not true.
Gay guys hate it. They do.
I heard gay guys do not like the straight women being there.
Like the fag
It
hags.
annoys them.
They don't like it.
I mean, I'm sure they like their friend personally who comes, but I don't think like. I think like guys like their fag hag, but they don't like other fags hags.
Right. Were you in any situations that just got a little like almost too gay, like where it's like, all right, everyone's got their shirts off, you're not fooling around with anybody because you're doing drugs with a lot of gay guys, like, hey, we're just gonna steam up the room a little bit, and
you're like
I've gone into those.
You're like everybody else.
I swear to God, I have.
You're like everybody else in Judas Priest, where at the end of the night you're like, wait, why am I shirtless wearing glitter? There's no chicks here.
We're just rubbing each other's shoulders.
I want to put my body
on your body.
Yeah, how deep did it get there, Mike? I mean, also keep in mind, free drugs.
Yeah, no. So the thing is, I mean, the thing I wasn't exposed to, because I was into the rave and club scene around that age too. What I guess what we'll call the regular rave and club scene, and
early '90s type.
So
of shit.
what was different? Yeah, what was different about the for me it was late '90s or no 2006. Not even close.
Oh,
so I'm 36.
Oh, okay.
So the thing about the gay party scene, which I wasn't prepared for, was like these guys are like professional drug doers. Like these guys are in super good shape so that their bodies could like handle all the drugs for extremely long periods of time.
Shoot it in your dick hole.
Yeah, like so there's this thing in New York, because this is all in New York City. There's this thing in New York called the Alegria parties. And if you have enough gay friends, maybe you've heard of it.
I do not.
But,
Christine? Justin?
Oh, man.
No, I don't.
White Lou?
I'm not Mike level here.
White Lou?
No. Dude, see? Yeah, man. You didn't know the gay mayor.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, White Lou's a legend in the gay scene in New York.
You didn't have to say that. Thank you.
So more or less, whenever there's a 3-day weekend for everybody, where the office people get their Monday off, Sunday night there's going to be an Alegria party happening. An Alegria party starts around like 10 p.m. and goes to about 2 p.m. the next day.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And
you been a part of that,
the
Justin?
whole time.
I've been in raves where it's like it goes for more like 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row.
And people stay for 3 days.
Yeah, we did ones there was this one called Camp Earth, I'm sorry to interrupt, in this amusement park where you would camp out. It was almost like a mini version of kind of like a Burning Man. They rented out an amusement park with upside down roller coasters and all this shit.
Yeah.
And you would camp out. They rented it out for 3 days and you're just like on so many drugs that you just stay up.
But they're not like these things you're talking about like more of a smaller space, these parties. Yeah, Mike? Like more of like a
Oh, there it is. Here we got it.
Like you mean like a warehouse for that many hours?
These guys are
Word. Yeah. Like the big place in New York before it closed down was Crowbar, which is a pretty sick venue. And then they've had it at Webster Hall.
I went to a gay night at Crowbar in South Beach, Miami, when my friend Rocco was working there as a bartender. And I'll tell you what, I hate clubs. It was the most fun I've ever had in a club. Me and Joe DeRosa went in to see our friend Rocco. Rocco was bartending. First of all, just laughing at how gay of things Rocco had to pretend to do or do. he didn't do anything gay. I mean, he was like a lot of like just trying to like turn on gay guys. Like,
Yeah.
Just his shirt off and pouring water on himself.
Pouring
and shit,
water on his chest, yeah.
And flashing a flashlight on his chest to make tips and stuff. But Rocco was like a guy who like killed pussy. And
yeah.
But we went, and just because there was no air of like, I hate clubs because I don't feel like I go into a club and women look at me and go like, oh, I want to. I feel like there's just no shot.
You feel invisible.
I feel very invisible in a club, and in that club, I didn't care that I felt invisible, and it was also just kind of fun to go like.
Right, it's a goof.
Yeah, you just go walk around like DeRosa got on the stage and started doing shirtless sit-ups. It was it was so ridiculous and fun. But yes, so I do understand. My point being, Mike, is that I do understand like the fun of a gay hang for sure. But at some point, you're going to want to get that sniz.
Yeah. If well, you know, that's the cool thing about enough drugs is it keeps your mind off everything and
a cock feels like a pussy after enough drugs, Mike. Right? Am I right?
How was the load?
In the butt.
You go, warm hole's a warm hole. Anywho, we're at this party. Go on, Mike. So you're at the till 2 p.m. party.
Right, yeah, and I mean these. It's the two things I learned because I thought I did drugs for at a certain level, but I had to graduate to a new level over there. Is if you do enough speed, your dick will shrink into like almost oblivion.
Oh yeah, totally.
Don't do that. And then yeah, I mean the big takeaway was gay parties. I mean, kind of like what you were just alluding to, but I'm going to add to it, which is gay parties are way safer place to do super duper hard drugs than pretty much everywhere because
you can beat everybody up.
Exactly, man.
What are you 1,000 twinks gonna do about it?
Those
I know.
Dudes are fucking jacked.
I know.
Look at these pictures he sent us.
But forget even just jacked. There's some of them are like bikery tough motherfuckers.
Yeah,
too.
man.
Yeah, they just love chugging dong. So it's a safe place.
Safe place, positive vibes. If people look like they're like not looking so good in the face, like holy shit, man, what's your deal? Like people actually, look out for each other and stuff. Like no one's, I think going to normal parties, there's dudes that are like mugging and stuff, and like no one's mugging it at the gay parties.
Yeah,
so,
it's hard to mug with a boner in a bikini.
Yeah,
what you looking at, fag?
That is true. Everyone seems to have like a pleasant attitude.
Yeah,
unless you're
well, they're all trying to fuck.
Yeah, I guess unless... Well, me and Christine, what was that thing we watched that day? Did we ever talk about that on the air?
What?
We watched a documentary, that weird documentary that we watched on... I don't know if it was on cable or on Netflix, but it was just like... It was a documentary about a big gay party.
Gay party scene?
And just one of the scenes... I remember there was a guy just blowing a guy in the middle of a club. We watched this together. There's like a scene where actually just like a guy, there's like two strangers. He goes, that sailor boy over there, he's the one. And then just shows like 15 minutes later, he's like on the dance floor, like sucking his fucking dick. And
sounds awesome.
And the guy's looking at the camera like, told you.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have any like...
He does a fourth wall break.
There's no like feminine like resistance at all in it, so it's just like male sex drive gone wild.
Fuck,
and it's got to be awesome as a dude.
Being gay.
Being a gay dude's got to be. I mean, obviously there's a bunch of stress, but as far as the sex goes, it's just so available. Like you can get laid like a straight woman.
Getting your shitter ripped open by a big fat
your
hog.
family disowning you. And
Too fun.
No respect. So how seedy to get there, Mike? What's the creepiest thing that happened at one of these gay parties?
I mean, I've had, dudes definitely grab my shit and, grab my dick, and even after going, hey, man, no, it's cool, man. They're like, no, it's cool, and grab me back and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, shit, man, I have to, walk over there or something. So, I mean, there's another party where, like, that's the fall off where, like, I guess the straight dudes and the chicks, this is the party they don't go to, which is called the Black Party. And that happens, like, once a year in New York.
Uh-huh.
And it also happens, like, once a year in, like, Europe. So that's
how hot is that black?
And it's like the super debaucherous, like whatever, like
Justin just got emailed this year's passcode.
Yeah, if you guys might want to look into that. That documentary might have been about that. It's the Black Party, like they wear like armed. So like because I was friends with all the dudes and stuff, and we're all on Facebook and stuff. Or at the time, they have like an armband system. and you could verify. You could look this up online, but they have an armband system where, like, depending on what arm or what color bands you wear on your arm and what arm you wear it on, is like what like crazy fetish you're into, like giving or receiving, and it's basically just an all out.
Is this different colors? One just says, one of the armband just says, has AIDS. Steer clear. No, so people were, so that's almost like, the wristbands. That was like a school thing for a while. That's what they said the young kids were doing in school. Remember, if you break, it was like a pink one would mean the girl would have to like blow you or something like that crazy shit.
Yeah.
My daughter wears no arm jewelry.
She doesn't have any anal jewelry?
Not a one.
Shit.
No, she has like a nice watch, which tells the world she has a dad. Not that she sucks, not that she gargles balls or anything, for Christ's sakes. The Black Party, we're going to look that up. Mike, thanks for the call, buddy.
Thank you, man. Hey, Big J, you're the world's best at crowd work.
Oh, dude, thank you so much, man. When I come back up to, I think Bellevue, I come up to up there. Come see a show, man.
Awesome, we'll do, man. Love you guys.
We'll do some weed, and I'm not gonna cock slap you awake like you're at some party.
That was black sex.
True.
That straight guy's got better gay stories than any gay guy I've ever heard. He's like wearing them proud.
Yeah,
he's like a nom vet.
I could see the hang being good, but at some point, you think, I can't believe that didn't translate into any puss.
I mean, if you look at these pictures, these guys are just fucking diesel gay dudes.
Yeah, but so what? The girl, straight women, because of those gay parties.
Yeah, still kind of weird. It's
women
like
go.
from 10 a.m.
when
to 2 p.m., you'd be like, there's actually not one chick here that I could hit on.
When I first met Christine, several times I had gone to meet her or pick her up after she was hanging out at a gay bar with her friends. Absolutely. And
you picked me up from a lesbian bar one time in Cubbyhole.
Sure, but you've gone to gay bars, you said, with like your friend Mitch and stuff when I first met you.
He wasn't really a gay bar. Well, my roommates that I lived with were gay guys, so there were a couple of like the Ritz in Hell's Kitchen.
You've been to the Cock. You've been to why am I?
Yeah.
Me and Christine are going to go cop crack at the Cock.
Yeah. Why are you stalling the story by telling me you haven't gone? You're like, no.
I didn't hang out at a lot of gay bars. I'd been to the Cock. I think I went once, and I'd been to the Ritz a couple times, but it wasn't really my scene.
She was busy making meth in a trap house, Jay. Come on.
No, but I'm saying, but women hang at these things for sure.
Yeah. But they don't really like it.
Yeah, I heard the gay guys don't like it there. They like their friend, but they don't like everybody else's friends being there too. Then it's just a bunch of fucking.
What do you think they thought of Mike?
There's a bunch of sad fatsos and shredded dudes.
What do you think they thought of Mike? Like, why is this non-gay guy hanging out with us?
He's like, "Sup, guys." Hey, anybody want to do Molly off Beckerhead? I'm cool with it.
My niece has got a candy sale, man. I want to try to get her the bicycle. Would you mind signing up?
Maybe you can use like an hors d'oeuvre serving tray, or
when I was, I used to live in the West Village.
Or Jacob, are you stoned now? I'm going to tell some crazy story we never heard before.
Well, yeah, not involving me.
I used to let my uncle really ram it into my shitter. He would take me to buy toys.
I used to live. The street was Gay Street. That's the name of the street.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the village.
West Village.
Like gay bars all around that where I lived. But I would go to this 24-hour gym because I worked at a restaurant, so I would go after.
Mm-hmm.
It was late at night. It was like 1 a.m. I was coming back from the gym, and I just turned on to my street, and I looked to my right, and there's 2 guys sitting on an apartment step,
mm-hmm.
and one of them is just blowing the other guy on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great.
In the middle of the street, and they were looking at me like, what? You got a problem? And I just kept walking, obviously, but.
And Jacob's point is, that's why Hitler was sort of right. Everybody, this has been the Bonfire.
It was a little bizarre.
No, it's very bizarre.
But he was a heartthrob.
I had to take an emergency shit one time, and I ran, and this is much younger. I was maybe 19 or 20, and I, West Side Highway, going up to do a show in the Bronx. And I burst into a bar and was like, I need to use your bathroom. And they go, go ahead. They go, I was going to pay for it. I'll give you like $5 to let me use the bathroom. They go, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then I don't even look at anybody. I just go to the bathroom. The men's room is trashed. It's like somebody already blew this thing up. It was gross, unusable, shitty bathroom. So I came out like defeated. And I go, yeah, the men's bathroom is destroyed. They go, just use the women's bathroom. No one's in there anyway. And And as I look I'm like, really? No women in here? It was like a dance club sort of bar. I look, and it's a bunch of guys. It's a bunch of guys in like bikini underwear dancing on stage, and it's all gay guys there. And I go, oh, good. So they go, use the women's bathroom. No one's in there. So I go, okay. And I went in the women's bathroom, and what I saw was a tranny. A profile of a tranny blowing a dude. Tranny's on the knees, spits the dick out and goes, occupied, honey. and I left and I didn't shit.
It'd be great just seeing you just sitting on that toilet all sad, and then just like a dick comes through a hole in the wall of the stall.
You're like, yeah, not today, buddy. Barking up the wrong tree. Justin Silver, thank you so much for hanging out.
Dude, thanks for having
me, buddy. This flew by. Jacob, we're so happy to have you back.
Thank you.
Enjoy your fucking alcohol, dogfish. It's going to be on your desk. It's going to be really awesome. And thank you so much, Shannon and Mike, for sending that. Luz, it's great to be back. Christine, I love you despite all of your seedy, awful past.
We accept you.
Even though I know every day you fight going out and blowing drug dealers on Slauson. Justin, I love you, buddy.
Love you back, baby.
Thanks for being here. But again, Justin Silver, this Wednesday, May 9th, 8 p.m. Levity Live. Go watch Justin. He's absolutely hilarious. After that, you can catch him at Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. That's May 17th to the 19th. For tickets and all their tour dates, go to IamJustinSilver.com. Skankfest tickets available. Dan Soder, who is off being a great-great-grandson, is going to be next weekend at Helium in Portland. He's going right from Nana's to Portland, Oregon. That's May 10th to the 12th. An amazing club and obviously an amazing comic. For tickets and all other tour dates for Dan, go to dansoder.com. You can catch me this weekend in San Antonio at LOL Comedy Club. Is that what we're calling this, Christine?
Yup.
In San Antonio, Texas. That's this Thursday through Saturday. Please come out and check it out. Dr. Grin's Grand Rapids the weekend after that. Rock on the Range that Sunday. BigJComedy.com for all my dates. We love you guys. It's good to be back. We'll see you tomorrow with some new guest hosts right here on the Bonfire.
Peace.